Okay, that's weird. Okay.
Tondo
Impasto.
Hi.
Hello. I think we're not live. We're just here.
Yeah.
We're here and we're recording. Yeah, we're here. We're recording. So, good morning.
Good morning. Ciao, ciao. Well, you can say ciao, ciao for good morning.
You can?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying like bye bye.
No, it's just hi, hi.
Oh, hi hi or bye bye.
Yeah. Ciao, ciao is everything.
I had no idea.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, in the morning you see somebody that, hey, ciao.
Oh.
Hi.
Oh, that reminds me of a bit this comedian long time ago, before he went crazy, Eddie Izzard. He did this thing where they ride on their little Vespa.
Yeah.
He says, it's like a little engine, like a blow dryer.
Yeah.
And it's ciao, 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 ciao to everybody all the time. So
Yeah.
the ciao is the greeting and the greeting both ways.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. Well, welcome to Tondo Impasto's Vault episode, which is pre-recorded. Normally we go live Monday through Friday, weekday mornings. My name is Amy.
I'm Kras.
And these pre-recorded episodes are very special because they're kind of outside of the normal format where we cover 5 paintings by my grandfather and your father, Boris.
Yeah.
And as we open boxes and we're kind of trying to sort through everything, I found this amazing book called the Pochetna Kniga.
Yeah.
And we translated it, and it was a surprise. You'd never seen it. And it's been a little while since you've seen it, so you can get reacquainted.
Oh, wow.
But it means the Book of Honor. And in the very beginning, we found a telegram that Boris had glued in here. Whoever put this book together glued in. It was a telegram from Kras, which I will show you guys. And so, anyways, it's kind of special because we're just discovering it as we go. So the first episode, we just were shocked by all the comments, all the newspaper clippings, everything that, you could imagine, just marking this moment in time. So Boris, this was his 10th exhibition, and it was in 1987. The dates are actually from January 16th to February 10th. So it was like, almost 2-week long exhibit at what was the gallery again that it was at? They wrote it here in the...
Galeria Boulevard Ruski 6.
So Ruski 6. And, okay, wait, now I'm just having trouble finding oh, here it is. Here it is. Okay. So in this Book of Honor, just lots of special stuff. So beginning with the telegram message from Kras, which you didn't even remember he was having this exhibition, and you ended up sending him a, just like a good luck, and be well. So did I forget? Oh, geez. You know what I did? I forgot okay, we're going to pause it for a second, and I'll be right back because I didn't grab the notes. Like a ding-dong. Okay, so I'm putting it like this. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Because it just says here, we'll be right back. And then I'll cut it before we...
Okay.
I'll be right back. it. Okay, I got it. And then the only other thing I wanted to find was, where the heck is the, book of honor? Here it is. Okay, this is crazy. Oh, here it is. It's backwards. Okay, that's weird. All right. Okay. I'm going to show you the first thing we saw, which made us quite emotional, and that is this telegram that was sent by you, people were, oh, I think we just, all right, you know what? We just lost your connection. Let me see, it was blinking. Okay, that's strange. Okay, well, let's just keep going. Say something?
Yeah, well, go ahead.
Is it me? Is my connection lost?
You know, when I'm talking, I can see that thing is moving.
Okay, me? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
When I looked here, okay, all right, okay. I'll cut it there. Okay, so I guess what I'm trying to say is that we noticed this thing happening over the course of the progression of the book, which is that people came in, they wrote their impressions, then we start seeing some newspaper clippings.
Yeah.
So I wanted to show the first newspaper clipping that I wanted to share was from, okay, if you can go to this page right here. I was trying to be really careful not to ruin the, okay, right here. This, you see this, we've got some interesting press, a lot of press actually.
Yeah.
And so we're obviously overwhelmed by everything. The chief curator of the National Gallery comparing him to Cézanne. We've got, you know, the Nightingale comparison of this Slave song.
Yeah.
And in the second episode, we went deeper into these entries, and we saw that people were referring to him as a Samodean, an amateur, which, you know, kind of made us a little bit, you know, uncomfortable, because nothing could be further from the truth.
Yeah.
He's like fully educated and, you know, bona fide artist.
Yeah.
But maybe what that is was the time, because he was not recognized as an artist formally, that people were afraid to call him an artist because they were still thinking, well, what if, you know, the government sees what I wrote and then I get maybe someone will give me a hard time. you know. And so it's interesting because, you know, when we look at what the press said, we've got 9 newspapers, we've got a national radio interview that covered this exhibition. And so what I wanted to do today was just read quotes from some of the people that we haven't shared yet, and also show, a very fun class photo that I found from some of his, you know, classmates that came, but the original photo.
Yeah.
So I found the photo, which is right here. And it's from 1968. And in here, you've got the class of 1968 showing up. So it's fun. And then finally, we will, if we get there, we will talk about how we reached the woman that the curator of the National Gallery, and that we are in talks with her. And so we're hoping that we can have her come on and talk with us and tell us what she remembered. So anyways, the first article is from the magazine called Labor. And so this was an organ of the Central Council of Bulgarian Trade Unions, one of the largest circulating nationals. Around 300,000 copies of this went around. And working people read this paper.
Yeah.
So what the article, we won't go through the whole article, but just the quote I want to pull is that the journalist Darina Dimitrova said, "Small little windows towards beauty." And she lists 10 of the painting titles and names that, you know, he had the Nightingale songs and the Cosmos themes.
Yeah.
So quite beautiful. And okay, so that's one of the newspapers. And so let me go to some of what people said. Okay, so there's an actual, this is actually the article being translated, but I think that's good for that. But confirming that he does do those cosmic space themes. Now, an entry by somebody, they write, astonishing color, imagination, and impact as a whole, an emotion that stays in the soul. We thank you for the experience. Be healthy and with endless creativity. So that was signed on February 1st. Later on that same day, we can't read the handwriting, but this person writes, the pioneer and champion of the miniature in our miniature paintings. So kind of calling him the pioneer of this.
He is the pioneer. You know, in Bulgaria, nobody had the courage to come up with something like that, because like everything's got to be big and nonsense, and
that was what
factories and
glorified.
Yeah, glorified.
Yeah, so that's somebody just, you know, starting to sort of speak their mind, and this is sort of what we see in this book, which is interesting from a historical perspective, is that people were so afraid to say anything. Everyone was kind of thinking the same thing, but everyone kept quiet.
Yeah.
And it always takes, you know, the courageous ones to sort of start speaking out. And, you know, him making this exhibition, it's not controversial at all.
No.
But you can see in the beginning part of the book how people write, you know, very careful. You know, Comrade Boris, you know, you're an amateur, but it's really beautiful. You know, kind of like that.
Yeah.
And then as the book progresses, it's like, you know, these are small in stature, but gigantic in context. You know, what else? We've got, you know, an art, in order to rise, it's necessary to suffer for it. And so This one is a woman that, I think this is the one. She's saying here, this is solid and not an easy technique, such as the form. He builds it and, there's so much variety and there's no breaking, no harmony is being broken in his paintings.
Yeah.
With his spirit, he gathers most masterfully his great heart, his musical soulfulness, the love toward people, the inhabitants of the airiness and the green forest. And Gorinov reveres the sunrise, bowing before the sensitive works born of it. And she compares him in his works to jewels.
Yeah.
And so then later you see people starting to talk about him like a jeweler, right?
Yeah.
Go flip the pages a little bit because we have... Yeah, that's the page where they talk about him being the pioneer and the champion. There's a 2-page review here where she talks about how he should actually be this show should be shown in Paris. I think this is someone that studied in Paris. I'm trying to find the... can you see? You probably can't read that, right? Because it's quite...
Yeah, there's so many, I mean, these people are writing poems over
They're
here.
writing like...
Yeah,
full...
because they're so much excited about the whole show out there.
Yeah, okay. So what happens on the 3rd of February? Okay, so this is now... The show opens on January 16th.
Yeah.
On the 3rd of February, you start to get visitors all writing, all independently, calling for wider public access to Boris's art. The second one writes, I continue with a plea. For me, each painting is a completed poem. 2 little wings, no more. I appeal to the public to pay more attention, to give publicity in the press, on television. This is exceptional art.
Yeah, it is.
Then I continue with the plea to the people who can help that this unearthly beauty be made into original color, enlarged reproductions, a book, enormous vitrines in shops, community centers, visited by the people. May this wonderful art not remain unpopularized en masse. Reproduce it! I mean, they're screaming here. Yeah. They're screaming. Another one. The exhibition of Boris Gorinov for me is an exceptional event in our cultural life. Ways and forms should be found for popularizing this exceptional art. So It's pretty cool because, you sort of see the opening up of accepting him and what he does, because it's undeniable. Because
it's the real truth, I mean, you're going to a show not to be politicized with anything. I mean, he's giving a beauty from there is nothing, to propaganda over here or something like that. It's the beautiful country, the beautiful sunrise, the beautiful sunset. Everything is done so. I mean, he's a little genius, with in such a small format, and people are excited, because we were living in this country for a long time, pressed by nonsense. People are tired of this.
Correct.
They want to see the truth.
That's right. So this is the catalog cover that ended up happening afterwards. And here he is with a self-portrait of you in the back.
Yeah.
I found the Paris proposal. So let me read that. This is kind of exceptional. when you read through this stuff, you know, you just really get this sense of what people thought.
Yeah.
So you know, we'll kind of bounce back between what the people said and what the press wrote. But this woman, who's an art historian, wrote, "I consider the artist a miracle worker. I completed my art studies in Paris, and I propose that this exhibition be presented there in the nearest future. I am convinced that in the country of Monet and Picasso, Bulgarian art would be most worthily represented through the brilliant miniatures of Boris Gorinov."
Yeah, definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so, okay, so as you guys can see, we're sort of going through this. This next article, this is a funny one, because it's called Czerweno Znamie, which means, I guess, red flag.
Yeah, it's a communist one.
Yeah. So listen to what they did. They're the District Communist Party newspaper, and from the Vidin region. So the Vidin connection. Boris painted an entire cycle inspired by the Magura cave in the Vidin province. That is where there are prehistoric paintings dating back 8 to 10,000 years. In that cave. Have you been to that Magura cave?
Yeah, yeah.
And so the article is by Pervuleta Prokopova, who we know as Peppa.
Yeah.
And there's two direct quotes from Boris. But where did I put his quotes from there? Okay. So in this article, sorry, I'm losing track of all my pages here. No. Okay. So, I know what I need to do. I need to find it here, and then I can read it. Okay. So, here it is. The exhibition of miniatures of Boris Gorinov quite justifiably attracts interest from many people who come from our region, living and working in it or in the capital. And I'll just kind of skip to the nice words here. Captures our delighted gaze and a cycle of works that are inspired by the Vidin district. So Boris possesses a pronounced creative individuality, a sharp sense for detail, a composition that does not betray his genuine worldview and logic. The emotional element drives our imagination, awakens reflection, and this is perhaps the wish of the artist himself. And now here's the quote from him. "I call my paintings free paintings because I have not limited them thematically, and I have striven that in them there should exist that free breath of air necessary for everyone who visits my exhibition." Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Let me see if I can find the other quote. So then the last thing he says is, "My encounters with people and nature I transform into paintings. Sometimes they are a tear, another time a smile. But all are created with love toward life, which every day gifts me with something new." That's his second quote in here.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see the thing. It says one tear, one smile. Huh.
Pretty amazing, right?
Yeah.
So there's another person who describes him. Okay, so this is something from another article. despite the small dimensions, he uses a thick textural stroke and then adds to it pastosity, additional fine nuances. Enlarged many times over, these landscapes would not lose their power because they possess the quality of monumentality.
Yeah.
However paradoxical such a definition may sound for a miniature, and that the artist experiments and solves new painterly tasks, and with a youthful spirit at that, is most evident from his cycle Nightingale Songs, where among the bold, non-figurative compositions we find some of his best achievements. So that's actually from the radio Sofia interview on February 1st, 1987.
Yeah, it's just like watching something, beautiful from sky, thousands of miles away.
Yeah.
Maybe from the moon,
Yeah.
And then you come closer and it gets bigger. It's still the same beautiful, you don't lose anything, He makes it so perfectly.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is absolutely right. So, let's see here. So, you remember the Vasil Baraka?
Yeah.
Yeah, so who was he again?
He was a great painter, he was a neighbor in Dragalevci.
Yeah.
And he was one of the best artists in Bulgaria. He comes from Plovdiv. And he used to admire the work of your grandmother and your grandfather. And he comes all the time, either for lunch or dinner or just like that,
Mm.
And he was very fond of my father's work.
Well, so he called them sonnets, like actual poetry.
Yeah.
And another there's another article as we go further deeper, and let's see, where they say the art for the artist, these are pearls born of the inspiration of Nightingale songs. The idea originated from a student experiment with drawing to musical pieces. So what you were talking about at one point during one of our live streams about, can we ask the AI? Actually, I think you might have done it in the last vault. Like, can we ask AI to look at the painting and then maybe give a few notes of what it, like in a musical language, it sees, right? Well, this person here in the National Culture, which this is not the magazine, this is a different one, says that it's like he's listening to music and then painting. So doing the opposite.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the inverse, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, so, yeah, so an artist wrote, Paganini played magically even on one string. The small works act like deep lyrical poetry. Okay, so I was curious, wait a second now, who was Paganini?
It's a composer.
Yeah, so he was born 1782 and died 1840. Italian violinist and composer, regarded widely as one of the greatest, most technically dazzling violin players. And so what made him famous is he revolutionized the violin technique with extreme virtuosity. He could play passages that seemed impossible at the time. And to tell you the truth, to make these paintings seems impossible.
Yeah.
So his performances were so extraordinary, audiences thought he had supernatural abilities. There was actually a myth and rumors that he made a pact with the devil to be so talented. Anyways, he was not just a great musician, but he redefined what was technically possible on the violin. And I feel like Boris is sort of technically redefining what's possible in a miniature painting.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Right? So this was Cooperativno Selo. Oh, here it is. This is the published by the Bulgarian Communist Party Central Committee. This newspaper here, and the Peter Konstantinov, is that the writer? Yeah. So look, here's the writer, and then here's this is the same guy.
Yeah.
So the author of the article also signed the book, and he wrote, he compared Boris's miniatures to the remarkable art of Venice and the East, describes them with filigree concentration, spontaneous flow of colors. And then he, this was in the entry, he said, many will try, but none will repeat you.
Yeah.
Dare on.
Yeah.
Kind of amazing, right?
Yeah. And especially coming in from that party newspaper, this guy had a lot of courage saying all this.
Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. So that's that magazine. I think there's another one coming up here. So there's photos and, this one.
Oh, the
So this is the highest prestige cultural publication in Bulgaria, okay? So this is the weekly of the Committee for Culture bearing the order of this. Oh, wait, no, that's not the one. It's saying something here that I don't think is correct. Anyways, it's the art establishment paper.
Yeah.
And they placed Boris in the Cezanne lineage through his teacher Nicola Marinov, revealing the Nightingale songs originated from a student experiment with drawing to music, and maps the exhibition distinct cycles. Photo of Saturn reproduced. That's the photo of Saturn, which I don't know if we have that one, but here, I'll show you guys. This is the magazine. I wonder if, this guy is this, who's the writer there? Or who's the...
It's possible.
Could you see who the journalist is?
His picture is here, so it's possible.
Right? That's what I just was trying... these are the things we kind of have to figure out. So... Yeah. But, painting Saturn, you can't see that with the naked eye, so.
Yeah.
A lot of detail.
Beautiful.
Right? Even though you can't. So let's just keep moving here. I want to just see if we can find. Oh, this is the radio interview that is transcribed and printed in here. And, which we read you a quote from. So this is clippings from the book. So this must be some pull quotes. I can find that in here. Let me see. We are at there were some actual foreign language entries as well. And I see here at one point the chief curator returns. She returns to the exhibition. So you see people coming and then coming back, which is just says so much that they didn't get enough. They had to come back a second time.
Yeah.
So as I try to get to that part of it, here's a translation. I consider the artist a miracle worker. I want to thank him from the heart for the joy you give to the people through your art. Oh yeah, this is the one this is where it begins, the proposals to show him everywhere.
Yeah.
Because people were sick of looking at ugly stuff. in their faces.
Yeah.
Constant. Ugly buildings and ugly art.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any other things jumping out at you? Thank you for the fairy tale moments among your magnificent miniatures. I'm trying to find the transcription.
Happy hand, happy heart.
Oh, okay, I'm getting close. I'm getting close.
So much.
Is it numbered? Okay, I got it. All right, so
I can't read it, but it's a beautiful.
there's little numbers, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find that. Okay, I found the broadcast. Okay. Okay, so number 9. Is there something about Chekhov on number 9? Yeah. Okay. So the thought of Chekhov that short stories are the hardest to write is true for your exhibition. I take my hat off to you. That's number
9.
Yeah, number 9. Let's see. So this is interesting. There's a Dr. Totsev, urologist from the Military Medical Academy. And he wrote, "The love of nature and beauty overcome illness. You went through hell, but stayed alive to delight us with your art." So did he get sick at one point?
I don't know. Yeah, he was sick on the end.
No, I know, but did he have a health scare before that? Because
No.
I thought that just Mom and Eric and I went to see him because they were really worried that maybe he's not going to make it or something. I think something happened because even the doctor here is writing, love of nature and beauty overcomes illness. We're not medical experts, so don't take that as advice, but if you can...
I'm not aware of,
Yeah.
Because they never let me, in the letters and stuff like that, they're not going that way, so
Yeah.
they want me to worry about it.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Well, if it's severe enough that this military hospital describes it as going through hell.
Probably, it's...
So he's surviving...
Was that after Chernobyl? Because he got real sick after Chernobyl.
Right. Okay, now you said Chernobyl. Let's ask Claudio, our friend. Chernobyl year. So this exhibition was 1987. But would it have happened that fast?
I don't remember what year was Chernobyl.
1986.
Yeah, you see? After
April
Chernobyl,
26th.
he got real sick.
April 26, 1986.
Yeah, probably. So the doctor knew about his situation. But then they never let me know about... And the government at that time was hiding, from the world, that things like that happened.
The disaster.
That the food was contaminated. That, they were just going like nothing happened,
Nothing to see here.
Yeah.
So incompetent.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, so according to Claudio, the whole country was still living under the cloud.
Yeah, the whole Europe almost.
Yeah.
But we were very close,
Very close. So then but Boris passed away at 92, right? I can't remember dates at the moment. I think it was 92. So he still lived on for a little while, and then, eventually went to heaven. Okay, we have, okay, it'll pull it up. It's like too many things all happening at the same time. Anyhow, let's see here. Let's see here if there's any other interesting. The Paganini. So the Paganini is number 12, comparing him. Paganini played magically even on one string. The small works act like deep lyrical poetry. This was by an artist. It was Lativ. Yeah. So number 25 is this one is number 25 here. The most valuable recognition and worth of a painting lies in the spiritual delight, and the greater it is, the more superfluous words become. Maya Petrova, an English philology lecturer. Yeah, you don't need words when something is that beautiful, right?
Yeah.
It's just...
There's so many, it's like a Bible over here, art Bible, and it's going to take a month for me to go through all this.
Well, I did a full translation, which is why I have all these papers, because I took photos and I uploaded them to Claudio, and so we tried to extract like the most sort of, pulled quotes from the top articles and things like that, just to give you guys a sense of what this book is. But one of the most magnificent things that happened is we got in touch with this National Gallery curator who wrote did the opening of the exhibition, and she is ready to start chatting with us. So.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. She's helped a lot of people, families of estates that, inherit art and stuff like that. So she can do a lot about it, But yeah, so there's like little notes here and letters. And then there's a letter that he wrote as well. And let me find that letter. So he wrote this to the chairman of the Committee for Culture. And according to Claudio, this is the most important document in this Book of Honor. He wrote a formal petition to the highest cultural authority in Bulgaria the day after the exhibition closed, enclosing the typed excerpts compilation and offering to show his slides. This letter reveals Boris's own voice, his strategic thinking, and his ambitions for the miniature art form. So shall we read that letter? I think that letter is, let's read it.
Okay.
All right, so, esteemed Comrade Yordanov, in the gallery of Ruski Boulevard, number 6, from January 16th to February 4th, 1987, my 10th exhibition of painterly miniature was opened. Since this genre was a rare phenomenon, and perhaps the only one to date in our fine art, it provoked great interest and a stirring among the visitors, which found expression in the reviews in the Book of Honor placed in the exhibition. In the press, materials reflecting the same also appeared. In the newspaper Trud from January 31st, 1987. In Czerweno Znamie, Red Flag, Vidin from January 24th, 1987. In the newspaper Kooperativno Selo from February 3rd, 1987. And in the newspaper Narodna Kultura from February 6th, 1987. In the program Stage Palette Screen. On Radio Sofia, February 1st, 1987. A detailed review of the exhibition was broadcast. Since among the reviews there are some recommendations of a special nature, I considered it my civic duty to bring them to your high attention as chairman of the supreme organ for our spiritual development, the Committee for Culture. Perhaps this comes a little late, since the collection as a whole has been broken up, but I do possess slides of the same miniatures, which can provide the opportunity for confirmation of the above. At the same time, I'm sending you excerpts from the reviews from the Book of Honor. If despite your enormous busyness, you should wish to acquaint yourself and receive a personal impression of the character of these miniatures, this could be arranged at a time convenient for you in a suitable setting at the Committee for Culture or in the studio of my wife, Yova Raevska, located at Boulevard Slivnica 142, entrance 2, apartment 16, telephone number 314460. I am convinced that my letter to you will not be judged as an expression of self-conceit, but from the standpoint of its public significance, I remain with the most respectful regard toward you. February 11, 1987, Boris Gorinov.
And you mean to tell me this guy never went to see the exhibition?
I don't know.
The chairman.
I don't
He
know.
usually, well, if he's got a letter to him explaining what happened, you know, so maybe the guy is not even aware.
Well, but the way he ends it, it's like, I'm not trying to like act like I'm hot shit.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, like, this is like publicly significant. It's really dignified.
It is, yeah.
Self-aware tone, remarkable. He balances advocacy with humility.
Yeah.
It's like, it's my civic duty, but, you know, I'm not trying to act arrogant.
Yeah. He was that kind of a person, you know. Yeah.
And he's claiming here that the miniature painting exhibition may be unique in Bulgarian fine art history. He's positioning himself as a pioneer.
Yeah. I don't, when I was there, you know, I was young, but I never remembered to be anybody like him, you know. And that time, you know, they were making the humongous paintings out there with the nonsense, and that's how they get up to the leather. Yeah, well.
What a beautiful letter.
Yeah.
And I hope that it's heard around the world.
Yeah.
One of the sweetest things that, you know, I found, and actually let me quickly put it in here. I think this is a good place that we can end. Oh, and I know there's one more thing, that he was invited to collaborate on a national symphony. There was a composer who came. I'll find that, but let me first show you guys this. It's so special. Because besides just, you know, being a wonderful artist, he also, so right here in one of these photos, near the front, sorry, I want to find, okay, so this class here, can you see the class?
Yeah.
I'm going to, boom.
1968.
Yeah, well, look at this class.
Yeah.
These are people that came back, so from 68 to 87, to see their teacher and to respect what he did. I mean, I just find that like something else. So, so here they are. We traced some names that are the same, but anyways, there they are, the class. And their signatures and stuff like that. So 4 days after the exhibition closed, a woman named Virginia Tanasova visited. She was a conductor with a PhD in art sciences, leading the chamber vocal collegium Aleko at the Bulgarian State Conservatory. What she wrote in the guest book was, form and music, two gracefully bound into unity, saturated with so much inner emotion, philosophical reflection, and exaltation. The current of the author's thought, again, with great force of the miniature discovery of Boris Gorinov. This was not just admiration, this was a manifesto, and she was already thinking about what she was going to build. So then that spring, so there was an Endika concert exhibition, which I have the clipping here. And this was in the National Palace of Culture. And you had seen Ludmila Zhivkova. Remember you mentioned at one. So that's the name of the hall. That was not, as far as I could tell, I don't think that Boris and her had any crossover.
No.
No, yeah. So anyways, it's a very prestigious venue in Bulgaria, Palace of Culture, hall number 9. And there's this article, and it's a spectacle synthesis of the impact of painting, music, and poetry. The authors made us experience the pleasure twice over. Once to perceive the expressively saturated world of colors, feelings, and suggestions of the miniature. A second time to see them on screen enlarged to the dimensions of painted canvases, and to peer into them together with the interpretations of art historian. Oh, so the chief curator, Dorotea, was there.
Yeah, I was looking, to see if I can see who Dorotea is.
Yeah, we know who that is.
No, as a picture, as a...
Oh, well, we got to ask her if it's, we'll ask
because
her.
there's so many pictures over here, maybe she was out there,
But this is the discovery that I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't think we realize this. They projected his miniatures at the concert.
Wow.
On a big slide, from a slide.
Wow.
So that's how he has those slides. I wonder if I have those slides.
Maybe you'll find him in the boxes somewhere.
That's why we need you to subscribe, please.
But that's a good idea for if we can do something over here, to do some slides and project them into Art Institute or anywhere, that would be very interesting, to people to see in a huge scale.
Yes.
What this miniature can do.
Yes. So look, Boris's miniatures projected via color slides enlarged to canvas size on screen. Art commentary by Dorotea, who opened the January 16th exhibition, narrated. Piano, Chopin, Greg Goleminov, the major Bulgarian composer. Vocal ensemble chamber Collegium Aleko, conductor Virginia Atanasova. Poetry by Shakespeare, Bagriana, I
don't know.
Vesna Parun, which is a Croatian poetess. Scenario written by Virginia Atanasova. She conceived the entire production. So on November 19th, 1987, 10 months after the gallery exhibition opened, the production ran again at the National Palace of Culture, titled Nightingale Songs, the miniature in music, poetry, and painting. The program expanded to include Brahms, Satie, Neruda, Gastoldi, and Boris was listed as a participant. He was in the room.
Wow. Wow.
So they ended up getting so inspired that they used his visuals for this.
Well, so much interest of all the Bulgarian people out there that when and visit the show, they came up with a great idea. Always, you can do it, in a big scale, and with the music and stuff like that. It's very, very, very nice.
I agree.
Yeah, because he combines everything.
I completely agree. What was the name of the Minister of Culture that he wrote? That was back here. His letter. After this, I think. What's this guy's name? Drugariu Yordanov.
Yeah, Georgy Yordanov.
Do you think he ever wrote him back?
I doubt. I mean, all this, when they're in a position to be somebody out there, they're all squareheads. And no brains, nothing, just follow the echo from Todor Zhivkov or the Communist Party. Full of air.
But I love that he sent the letter.
Yeah.
And then he put a copy in here, so I'm so happy we found it.
I doubt, that I don't have any respect for these people, because...
Well, no high hopes, right?
No.
Well, we're going to follow up. We're going to follow up.
Well, it's a lost case with these people.
Comrade Georgy Yordanov, let's follow up with you.
Yeah.
What did you do?
But, in the Palace of the Culture, they had all these things, and he still don't get it, or what?
Well, what would be great is if there is a copy of that concert somewhere.
Probably is.
If they recorded it.
Yeah, definitely. They do record everything.
Yeah. So, how do we get a copy of that?
Well, by asking the national television,
probably.
Or
whoever is the archivist for the National Palace of Culture.
Yeah.
Because we know the date, we know the hall.
Yeah.
Right? It was in which hall? What did I say? 8th hall?
Dvorec na Kultura.
Yeah, National Palace of Culture, but it was in the hall 9, 7:30 p.m.
Yeah. So you can write to them, and probably they'll come up.
Hey,
with it.
On February 11th. No, sorry, November 19th, 1987, Nightingale Songs in Hall 9 at the National Palace of Culture. 7:30 full production. We want to see it.
Yeah, and we want to present it here in America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be something?
Yeah, but just you have to write up a letter or something, and we want that thing here.
We want
to show it.
We want to show it.
Yeah. Because this
we don't need to have you guys can make the money off of it.
Yeah.
But we want to show it.
Yeah. Oh, for money they'll do anything, these people. We don't care about the money, we care so this guy gets the whole respect from the whole world. Because Bulgaria is such a small country out there with the great people, very intelligent people, but the government,
their leaders,
they never did anything right. Even now, in the so-called democracy, they're the same BS.
Right.
Yeah.
It's almost like you have to be BS to rise to the top like that.
Yeah. Well, they are.
And all the good people are.
Yeah. And once you become a politician, forget it. No matter where you are.
I don't think Paganini sold his soul. I think all the politicians sold their soul. So I think that's really this book of honor, and we will speak with the chief curator, and we invite her so that we can even we'll have her watch this. Our 3 vault episodes, and then have her come and talk about it. And she was there; she was at the concert.
Yeah.
So she can maybe help us find the right people that produced it. That maybe have the so fun stuff.
It's gonna be a big commercial for Bulgaria. If they want a tourism and stuff like that to see what kind of people used to live in a country like that. It's a beautiful country.
That's right.
And this is something that they can promote the cultural way of a small country like that.
Completely agree. I'm trying to see if I can find the letter. Here it is. All right, I found the letter. I'm gonna share it with you guys because I want you to push pause, and I want you to take a screenshot of this letter because this is good stuff right here. This is the stuff that actually, okay, there's the letter. This is the stuff that validates and confirms, affirms that, you know, he was doing this from an aspect of being an artist, but when he saw how much people loved him, he's like, well, I guess they want more of me.
Yeah.
So why don't I let them know, like, not because I think I'm the greatest thing, but the people, my civic duty, they want it.
Yeah, yeah. You can see the way, you know, these people are writing, you know.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. It's like a Bible, you know, like going to church and telling your whatever you feel like to the priest, or
right,
you know,
right.
It's
opening up your soul.
Yeah, opening your soul, you know. So it's incredible, you know. I gotta have a month to read everything, because it's like a book.
Yeah.
And everything is completely different, and yet admiring everything what he did with these little pieces of breath.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tiny
Yeah.
windows, but also containing the whole cosmos.
Yeah. 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 Well, when I was watching now the rocket that went around the moon and stuff like that, and they're showing the Earth, you know, like a little dot, you know.
It kind of reminded me.
Yeah, and it reminds me of, you know, what he's doing. And then you're coming closer and closer, you're back home.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And we're like a oasis in the solar system. I don't know if there's anything else like us in the solar system. Maybe something will come out, but so far we don't know anything. And like, you know, it was amazing to me to hear that there are colors on the moon: brown, green, white, green, brown. You know, when you look at the moon, it looks like a silver thing, you know. And you think it's all this, but apparently it's not. It's got something there. So we'll find out more. You know, they got thousands of pictures, so it's going to take 6 months, they say, in order to release everything. But I'm curious to find out what actually the moon is.
Yeah, well, that's, you know, we look up at it and it's looking back down at us.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, before we do our chow chow, I'm moving this so we don't accidentally spill coffee on it. Thank you so much.
I still got the cinnamon left.
Oh, is it just a swig of cinnamon?
Tastes good.
Yeah, so thank you so much for sticking around for this Vault episode. More to come. Please subscribe. And anything else you want to say?
Not much after so much information. And this is a discovery that you made. I'm all for it, you know, to bring all this. That's an amazing concert, you know, with all the...
It would be amazing.
Yeah. We can show it here in Phoenix. You know, Phoenix is the town that, you know, came from the ashes. And this thing is going to come from the ashes. And
I love it.
yeah.
Yes. Like Phoenix Rising. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll see you tomorrow, but not tomorrow, but the tomorrow of the today.
Yeah.
So, thank you again, and bye, everybody.
Bye. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.
Tondo
Impasto.